and he went to work and he did delivery, and he got into an accident. It was not long after I moved there. It was quite bad. So after that he couldn't work. 안녕하세요. 저는 독일에서 온 레디입니다. I've been living in South Korea since August 2020. I lived first in Seoul and I moved then to Pyeongtaek. I came here because I married my Korean husband. Today I would like to talk about my Korean life. Well, it's quite a lot of impressions because there are many people, many things to look at, many impressions, but otherwise than that, it was just positive. I mean, I moved so many times, I lived in several countries, so coming here it wasn't a shock. Of course I had to get used to it, I'm still getting used to it, but yeah, I really like it here. That was called duboyache. That was in Germany, but I think it didn't taste really like Korean food. It was more like, adjusted to German style. But when I came to Korea, I think my first Korean food was donkasu. Well, that's Japanese actually. Delicious, I really love it. One of my favorite foods. 설렁탕. Well, first of all, it's not spicy. I'm not very used to spicy food. And the flavor is quite soft. I like that. Yes, I'm still adjusting. So yeah, I can't eat spicy well. Now I'm trying slowly. I really love tteokbokki, but it's really spicy. I'm crying. But I can eat it even though I'm crying. But or in Korea you eat a lot of fatty parts of the meat. That's also a bit difficult, but still I can eat more and more now. I want to get used to it so that I can eat whatever food I want. And delicious. It was really interesting. I never ate something similar, and usually I don't like the fish cake that is with it, but together it suits very well. Koreans are really good at mixing food that suits well. It's true. Yeah, I cook kind of a mix. A lot of fried rice, usually with leftovers or vegetables or whatever. I also make dubu kimchi, for example, especially for my husband because he likes Korean food. Right now I am trying to get used, as I said, to more spicy food, and also things like gopchang, makchang, that is a bit difficult, so I want to try it more.
Have you tried 불닭볶음면?
Yes, it's good. If I would say, just if you go out on the street and the first thing you notice is that, for example, in Germany you have a lot of free space. Here every space is used. As I said, also there are a lot of people, so you have to be careful not to bump into each other. But also I was very impressed because I saw so many people but no one bumping into each other. When I went to a crowded place in Germany or France, everyone bumps into each other. Also, another thing is people here are very hardworking. I really like that. Many European countries, not everyone of course, but many people, you really see they don't want to work, they just wait for their break time. Also, service here is very good. People are very professional. Yeah, when you work with people, usually even if you have a bad day in Korea, you still put on a smile and carry on. While in Germany, if someone has a bad day, usually they let you know. Oh, okay, it's so much better here. It's so much better in Germany. I mean, in big cities in Germany, it's quite good too. But if you want to go to smaller cities or a bit more outside to the rural area, then you have to wait at least 1 hour sometimes. And well, it depends, of course, where you are living. But also in Germany, there is a big company called Deutsche Bahn. Most of the trains are run by that company. There are always problems. All Germans really hate that. So yeah, I'm glad that in Korea it's really, the system is a lot better. Oh, okay, yes, there was one thing I was shocked. That's the toilets on the floor. I don't know what it's called. Yeah, I didn't see that in Germany. That was not long after I moved to Korea. I think the first time was I went to eat fried chicken with my husband, and usually like the toilets, if it's not inside the store, then you have to go outside and into a building, and yeah, so I went there to toilet. I opened the door and I was where is the toilet? So I was okay, what is that? How am I supposed to?
Did you manage to finish your?
Yeah. But now I saw also at subway stations. Usually they are both types often. So I always go to the normal toilet. So okay, first when I moved here, we didn't have much money to begin with. I worked before in Germany in a bistro. That's some kind of between restaurant, cafe, bar, everything together. Then came Corona and I lost my job. So I used up all my money for living until I came to Korea. Yeah, so when I came here, we lived in a one-room apartment in Seoul. It was very tiny and stuff. And my husband really tried hard for working to get money because I came here and I couldn't use anything that I learned in Germany. So, you know, I tried several things to make money here. And he went to work and he did delivery and he got into an accident. It was, not long after I moved there. It was quite bad. So after that he couldn't work. So yeah, well, we were several months in hospital and then moved to his parents for a few months, and then finally we managed to move to Pyeongtaek. So now we have a bit bigger apartment. Yeah, he was on his motorcycle and bumped into a car. Yeah, luckily no one else was injured, but he had quite a bad. We are really lucky in that case. It wasn't worse because his accident was really quite bad. He could have injured really other parts which are more dangerous, but it was his leg, his knee broke, his upper thigh bone broke, and his hand.
So is he getting better now?
Yes, he is getting better now. He got metal removed from the knee. Yeah, so we are waiting it to heal, and also his thigh bone is still not completely healed yet. So it will take a few more months at least. Honestly, at the beginning, I use a lot of Google Translator or something if I need something. Or if he can, then he sometimes writes me the sentence in Korean and I show it. But at the beginning, I stayed with him together at the hospital. You know, I had to bring from the nurse station, I always had to bring something or asking things or doing paperwork. But luckily, I mean, I had to do it, so I did it somehow. Yeah, I really just focused on him and the time in hospital, so I didn't really think about anything else. Language is always some kind of difficulty, but I think I'm learning Korean and I want to be fluent in Korea one day, but we have our smartphones. Also, a lot of things are in English here. I'm quite glad of that. Yeah, also what I really like is people are very helpful here, so if you ask someone, that person would likely help you. Today I talked about my Korean life. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. 감사합니다.